Welcome, sports fanatics. We are so glad to have you here as we are honored to have a very, very special guest with us today. Overtime Elite has been a behemoth of just producing strong basketball products in less than 5 years. They've been promoting the greatest talents, the greatest shows on earth, and preparing people for the next level. No different here. As we got my main man, via Marietta, Georgia, no less, standing 7 feet, over 300 pounds, 18-year-old Peyton Marshall. He has a unique skill set. Some people say he has the passing ability of the Denver Nuggets' Nikola Jokic. He has the size and presence of Shaquille O'Neal. But to me, I want to know more about this brother. I'm Brandon Scoopy Robinson. I am today's host. And I want to say a special, special welcome to Peyton. Peyton, thank you for joining us here today.
Like I said in the beginning, thank y'all for having me. It's a pleasure to be here right now.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. I appreciate you.
Same for y'all.
Listen, man, Marietta, Georgia is producing some talent. You look at Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics, who's making it happen. You look at yourself. Did you like the Hawks growing up?
No, I was never a Hawks fan.
Okay.
I'm originally from St. Louis, so I grew up like with no basketball team for real. I'm a Celtics fan now though, because of Tatum.
Okay. All right. So that's interesting because you talk about the Celtics. Jaylen Brown, any connection there? Have you met him?
Yeah, we play for. I came up playing in his AAU program. We played through the same program. I'm not for sure if you're familiar with Game Elite, but we had the same coach. So yeah, definitely familiar with him. I met him, and I kind of got to meet him a few times just through being through the program.
What's the conversation like?
He really was tapping into more the mental aspect of the game and just like stuff like that. It wasn't more so about like basketball and on-court stuff. He had like a 2-day camp, I think, about like history and the ways we can help our community. It was an amazing experience.
He's intentional, he's spiritual, and he's laying the foundation for the next generation. I like that a lot. You're at Overtime Elite. How did you and Overtime become a thing?
I just felt like it was I got recruited to come, and after talking to my people, like the trusted people in my family, of course. And it made me seem like it was the right decision to be made at this time to better my career and take my game to the next level.
How did the experience at OT help you grow, and how was it different than any other leagues from a basketball perspective?
Helping me grow tremendous ways. I only been here I want to say it's January. I came in September. It's not that long of a time, but it's a long time if you think about it. And just I can already see the growth in my body and just my overall game as well. I can feel like my game is improving in a tremendous way. And yeah, that's about it.
I was doing some research, and you being from Georgia, it only makes sense. You like football, right, but you couldn't play in high school. Why?
I just felt like I was too tall. It's not that many 7-footers out there on the football field no more. I kind of had to make the decision early on in middle school. If you want to play football, you got to play football, or play basketball, because you don't want to just keep taking time off from one another and coming out being because you can't focus on one, so you kind of be average at both. And then I feel like basketball might have been an easier way to go because, football, you 7 foot, they ain't going to do nothing but try to chop block you and take your knees out. So at that point, you ain't going to be able to play anything.
Okay, so I'm intrigued by this. In the past, in 20 plus years, I've seen a 7-foot quarterback. I think they went to Kentucky at one point. You're 7 feet. Would you have been more of a wide receiver? Would you have been a tight end? If you played, what position would you have played at?
I played a couple positions growing up. My last year playing football, though, I played lineman and tight end. Okay.
Yes, sir. I like it. You talked about being from St. Louis originally and moving to Marietta. You did commit to Missouri after deciding, committing to Auburn, but then deciding to go to Missouri. How much did hometown play a part in it, and what ultimately went into your decision?
People say this a lot, but really I would say being from St. Louis and had nothing to do with it. I just felt like it was a coincidence that it's an hour and some change away, and you get the whole family aspect to be able to come down whenever they need to. But really, it was just the school itself that got me over there, the coaches and the community and all that. Really being from there had nothing to really nothing to really do with it. It's a plus though. I will say that, having grandma down the street.
Listen, you talking about that home cooking. I don't know about you, the cabbage, the candy yams, the cornbread, the fried chicken. You can't eat all of that because you're in training, but that home cooking, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving and Christmas is gonna be smooth though.
It's lit.
Yes, sir.
It's always cool when you can go viral. Doing my research and just asking around and looking at what the apps are saying. You had a viral moment. It was Clock. What was going through your head as it happened? When did you know that it was a thing?
Like my uncle always be telling me, try to go over viral in a good way though. But I'll say I ain't really trip out. I was like the next morning, my grandma had said it to me. It was like they behind, St. Louis, I was behind, so it had just hit her phone in the news and all that. And she texted me, she was like, "Look!" But people had already sent me the block because they thought it was funny. But once I seen it on like on all the websites and the views it was getting, I was like, "Dang!" Like I was just doing this like kind of like out of nowhere. I didn't even do it to try to think to like get some views off of it. It was just me doing what I was thinking in the moment. But when it blew up all the way.
Listen, these are big shoes to fill in this instance. Our producer said that there are people out there that, and we talked about at the beginning, you're a combination of Nikola Jokic and Zion Williamson because they say you have Zion's dominance inside the paint combined with the passing IQ of a big like Jokic. So some would say that it's safe to say you can stuff a stat sheet, no problem. Points, rebounds, assists, blocks, you name it, you got it. My question to you is, do you have an intentionality to include a myriad of different players' skill set in your game, or are you just out being you?
I try to think of I really definitely, from the passing aspect of Jokic, I kind of look to see what he's looking for, because you can go on YouTube and all that and look at breakdowns and stuff. So I kind of see reading what is he seeing where he made this pass, because you watching the game sometimes you think oh, he just got to throw the ball up, ain't nobody open, but then 2 seconds later he throwing a pass, somebody wide open, you ain't even see it. So I kind of try to look at stuff like that, but really it's just I try to be myself for the most part. I try to get a couple moves from a player, but I don't really say I just imitate my game completely after just one player, or I got this move from this player.
You think that's kind of overly done, the way people say that all the time with comparisons?
Kind of, yeah. I feel because that one player didn't create the move, so it's and people was doing that move before that player. They just might be an all-star or a superstar, because it's no different from him doing it and the last guy on the bench doing it. It's just a move. So I really don't think I play this guy or this guy's a thing. You just. Yeah.
Sure. No, that's fair. Listen, I'm always intrigued when I hear players talk about players that they watch on YouTube. Like, for example, Zach LaVine currently plays for the Chicago Bulls, and he tells me that he watches YouTube videos of Michael Jordan from back in the day. You weren't born when Michael Jordan was playing, I don't think.
No.
But I'm sure as a big man yourself, you know about the SHAQ and Hakeem matchups back in the 90s, correct?
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay. So they're considered two of the most dominant centers to ever play the game. For you, who do you think ranks higher on the all-time list in that rivalry department, and why?
Me, just because I would say SHAQ, just because I was a little more familiar with him growing up. Hakeem Olajuwon was a good player, but I just did most of my research on SHAQ and all that. So for my knowledge, I would just have to say SHAQ.
Many greats like LeBron and Kobe came to the league right out of high school. With the one and done rule, you got to wait a little bit. What do you think about this rule change? And would you ever declare for the draft earlier if you got the chance to do so?
I think it's good because, some players, it don't take as much time. Somebody like me, I feel like I wouldn't do it. I would probably try to go make the most, maximize and go to college and try to max out real fast, but then take my talents to the next level if I'm able to make it. But I feel like it's a good rule, help the players that's ready straight out of high school, go and get to what you got to do. But for somebody like me, I would take the college route and just go do what I got to do in college 1-2 years and then do what I got to do.
Take it slow.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I ain't in no rush.
Listen, man, no rush is a good thing. You can enjoy, you can grow, and you can meet people and network. I'm curious, Victor Wembanyama is a phenom in San Antonio, and he took the world by storm in a lot of aspects. Either he was underestimated, or people looked at him and the excitement of him the same way people looked at LeBron in 2003 when he went to the draft. I'm curious from your perspective, do you think young players in today's game, your peer group, and maybe a little older, a little younger, face more pressure in the social media era than they would in the earlier eras?
Most definitely, because it plays such a major role in today's game. Even with anything, social media play a big role in anything. You could fall down. Excuse me. You could fall down or something simple like that. It's gonna go on social media and they're gonna make a big deal out of it. So I definitely feel like social media play a major role in today's game and putting pressure on the kids and stuff like that.
We fall down, but we get up, as the great Donnie McClurkin said. Tell me something. Do you think NIL valuation influences draft decision?
Nah, I really don't know too much about that, so I couldn't speak on it. So I would just have to say no right now.
You're a pro early. I like it. How supportive have your parents, especially your mother, been in your journey of basketball as a career and to making this jump from one level to the next level?
Oh, man, I can't even get into all that right now, but she definitely more than 100% supported me, whether it been taking me to this practice, this workout, or, hey, mom, I want these shoes. She just believed in me so much, so she getting up, giving it her all every time, making the sacrifices for me because she believed in me so much to get to the next level. So I would definitely say if nobody believed in me, my mama do.
If mama don't believe you, then who will? I like it. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm hearing, my producers are telling me that your mom actually phoned in and she left a special video message for you. Can you guys cue that up?
Hey P, just want to say congratulations. I know that you've been working really, really hard. I just want to say that I'm proud of you. I want you to keep working hard, staying focused, being consistent, and just remember what you put in is what you'll get out. I'm so very proud of you, and I can't wait to see what's next in your journey. So far, so good. Just keep staying focused, stay grounded, stay humbled, and congrats again. Love, Mom.
How does that make you feel?
Hey, I'm not too emotional, but it's a little tearjerker. I ain't gonna get crazy on camera though. That's my dog though.
Anybody ever tell you look like your mama?
That's all they say I look like. They think we twins.
Outside of football and basketball, what do you like to do in your free time?
I'm a real like family oriented guy. I like to spend time with my family, hang out with friends. Like I like fashion too, so I kind of try to go get some clothes and look decent whenever I can, but nothing really too crazy. I like video games a lot too. Catch me playing some games.
You PS4 or Xbox?
I got a P5, PlayStation 5.
Okay. I do too. I gotta play you in Madden and 2K, man. I gotta see if you working with if you walking that walk.
You don't want that. I'm trying to tell you that.
All right. I hear you talking. Do you have a favorite sneaker?
My favorite sneaker, like for basketball, like in general.
It's your world we live in it. So let's say for basketball, and then when you just chilling.
My favorite sneaker for basketball probably had to be the Kobe 4s. A pair of Kobe's for sure, either the 4s or the 5s. I like how they look. They real comfortable too. That's a very comfortable shoe. It's hard to get with the new way they got the technology and all that, but it's real comfortable. So when you can feel good and look good at the same time, I feel like that's a great thing. My favorite shoes to wear probably like just like if I'm trying to look good. Oh no, it could go. It depends. Like it just got to depend on the day. Like someday I throw on some Jordans or some Crocs. It depends on what I'm trying to feel like. But I'm trying to really just like step out. Like, all right, it probably be like a designer sneaker or something like that. Well, I don't really know. I can't think of the top of my head.
Okay, so let's pretend today was a game day, right?
Game day.
What's on your plate before the game?
Like food wise?
I hope so. I don't know if your opponent is on the menu, but let's say for the sake of the audience, before the game, what are you eating?
I try to keep it light before the game. I might get a smoothie and a sandwich, tropical smoothie. I usually hit up tropical smoothie, give me a little smoothie and a wrap before the game. I don't try to eat real heavy and nothing greasy, nothing crazy.
Who is the greatest player of all time, in your opinion, and why?
LeBron James.
Okay.
It gotta be LeBron. Yeah, I just looking at what he did for basketball, from coming straight out of high school, top 5 in almost every statistic there is. How easy he just came and dominated the game for so many years. He almost, how old is he, 39?
Yeah, he just turned 39 last month.
Yeah, he 39, still at playing like it's his first season out. He got to be the best. The rest of them guys cool, but I would have to say right now, LeBron James the best player to play basketball.
All right, we're going with LeBron James. Listen, we scoured the internet and got some questions that fans want to know about you. We call this segment the rapid fire question. We have 60 seconds to get some answers for you. You think you up for the challenge, my brother?
More than ready for it.
All right, set the timer, y'all. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Can LeBron James be a better basketball superstar than Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Yao Ming. Who was the most dominant physical specimen in the NBA court?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Pick one, Kobe and Shaq's Lakers or Jordan and Pippen's Bulls?
Jordan, Pippen, Bulls.
Like that. If given a chance, which NBA star skill would you pick? Kevin Durant's fadeaway, Nikola Jokic's shuffle, Kawhi Leonard's baseline pull-up?
Fadeaway. KD fade.
Okay. Which basketball player would you consider your fashion icon?
Shai Gilgeous.
Who would you call your toughest opponent in a potential one-on-one at Overtime Elite?
Hype Jackson.
On your future NBA debut, which celebrity would you like to see sit courtside?
SZA.
Which would you call the second largest basketball league in the world after the NBA? EuroLeague, Liga, ACB? Man, I wanted to ask you all those daggone questions, but bro, you definitely was on it. Before we get up out of here, which superhero's abilities would Peyton Marshall like to possess if given a chance? Hulk's strength, Batman's IQ, or Superman's flight?
Probably Superman flight. I could just take the ball and go up and dunk. Can't nobody block my shot.
I like it. Which of the following would be your spirit animal? You go with the lion, the giraffe, or a cheetah?
A cheetah.
Okay. Which of these Hollywood stars do you think can be a great athlete? Tom Cruise, Michael B. Jordan, Kevin Hart?
Hey, Michael B. Jordan fake big, so I ain't gonna lie. I think Michael B. Jordan. That Rocky movie ain't look too scripted, if you ask me.
2 more questions. If asked to pick one rapper's music for the rest of your life, who would you pick? Tupac's iconic songs, The Legacy of Big E, or Drake?
Drake.
Okay. Last question. Other than your cell phone and basketball kits, what is one thing you can't spend a day without? Earphones, PS5, or nothing?
Somebody can't live with. I'll probably say my headphones. I be needing to block the noise out sometimes.
I like it. Brother, here's the good news. You're off the hot seat.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Thank everyone over at Fancast for checking us out. Brother, we're going to be making sure to check you out over at Overtime Elite, and then at Missouri, and then at the next level at the NBA. Thank you for the opportunity to be yourself and allow me to be myself as well.
Thank you.
Brother, take care.
Okay.
That was Peyton Marshall of Overtime Elite, a bright kid with a bright future. Thank you all so much for joining us today. If, of course, you missed the live broadcast, you can go back to it by visiting esfancast.tv or by simply subscribing to Essentially Sports on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. And until then, we'll catch you soon for the brightest and the greatest of the next stars to grace the diamond, the court, and the field. I'm Brandon Scoopy Robinson, and I'll see you soon.